how do you react to that? Is he here for me? Is he here for Grayson? Like, what do you do in that situation? I think it's one of those ones where, like we talked about preparation earlier, I don't even think you can mentally prepare for that.
Hello, everyone, for Sportskeeda.com. Welcome down to a special Apter chat. And Apollo Crews, Halloween Havoc is cut. Do you know what you've gotten yourself into?
Man, the thing is, I don't, but it's okay because, like I said earlier, at this stage of my career, I'm prepared for anything. I'd be a fool if I wasn't ready for anything.
Wait. You said prepared for anything. So you and Grayson Waller have had this, I mean, the two of you are hostile against each other. Mm-hmm. But spin the wheel and make a deal. I mean, there's no way that you can train for any of these matches.
You really can't. But again, like preparation, I think mental preparation. Maybe physically I can't train for it, but mentally, I can be ready mentally. I just have to know that whatever physically I already know whatever is chosen. We're going to go through hell. You know what I mean? Physically.
Well, you're going through hell. You're going through hell. You know what?
Regardless.
I hate to say, you're going through hell on my birthday.
Oh, is it? Well,
yeah,
happy early birthday.
Thank you. So I hate to see you and he go through. He's one of the toughest Aussies ever to, come into the ranks of NXT and WWE. And
so hold on. While we're going through hell, are you going to be at home eating cake? What you going to be doing on your birthday? I'm
going to be watching Halloween Havoc.
Okay, there it is.
Okay,
there it is.
This isn't Triple H. This is Double H. Halloween Havoc.
Halloween Havoc.
Let me go down some of the matches here that it could a coal miner's glove match on a pole. You may have seen when you were growing up matches with Dusty Rhodes and other people and. Those kind of matches. Those matches
were, climbing up, retrieving something on a pole, which, so at this point, I feel like, the things that have been said back and forth, I just want to put the beating to him, So, if it's something we got to retrieve, I want something where he cannot run. You know what I mean? I want something where that would be. That
would either be a casket match or a buried alive match.
Man, if I could put him underground, or in the dark, I mean, it may be a little too much there, but I feel like that's something that he deserves. I feel like I've earned these type of emotions towards him. You know what I mean? He tried to blind me. He said some cruel things, and I've said some mean things as well. And I'd be a fool to think that he wasn't out to hurt me either. You know what I mean? So it's not something I'm taking lightly. I don't think just because I'm more experienced or whatever you want to say, I'm not taking this competition lightly. I'm taking it as serious as any other individual, any other talent. It doesn't matter. I take them just as serious as each other. It doesn't matter your experience level. It doesn't matter anything, because at the end of the day, you really don't know what somebody else is capable of,
Yeah. Now you mentioned that on some of, I saw you drag him under the ring, but you mentioned that you were going to put him in the dark. Define that.
He's going to have to wait and see. I think he tried to blind me. Maybe I'll try to blind him. You never know. He might end up living in the dark.
Yeah. So let's talk about your quest for the NXT title currently, held by Bron Breakker, and one of the toughest men in the business. And this match hopefully will be your ladder to climb to get that.
I do feel like this is a match that it's a must win for me, especially if I'm going to pursue anything such as the NXT Championship. And, my first run at NXT, I wrestled for the NXT Championship a couple of times, but I never actually won the NXT Championship. So for me, it's very important to win this match, because if I lose, not only will that be the second time that I've lost to Grayson, but I feel like it'll knock me down a couple of rungs on the ladder, So it's something that's very important for me. I got to win this match. It's a must. It's a must win for me.
How have you changed since you were in NXT the first time around? What's changed in your life that's giving you this more secure feeling than before?
The kids, I think. I'm fighting for something different now. It's not just about me anymore. Now it's them. and them getting to see me too as well. I never thought as a wrestler, you know, I dreamt of having kids, of course, but I never thought when it's actually real and you hear them talking about it, I feel like it kind of gives you another perspective on things. So that'd be definitely the main thing. And again, I'm more seasoned. I've grown mentally as a not only as a individual or a professional, but personally, I've grown mentally as well. Being in the situation, like, you know, the pandemic for everybody was tough, but, you know, wrestling in front of that, essentially nobody, it was nobody really, just the TV audience. I feel like that's something that was kind of helped me a lot too. It kind of changed my view on a lot, but going through that, I think, you know, it could have broken a lot of us, but I feel like, again, mentally it made us stronger, me being one of those individuals. And I think, you know, he's still a young guy. I don't think he doesn't have the life experience that I have, you know. So going into this, I feel like I have that advantage over him.
You've got the edge over him.
The edge over him.
One of the things also with NXT, not only have you changed, NXT has changed too, with Shawn Michaels calling a lot of the shots now. What is it like working under the umbrella of Shawn Michaels at this point?
Man, it's how do you even put that into words? You know, it's just like showstopper. You know, it's just like you know, sometimes you hear him talk and he'll present an idea, and I'm like, man, I wasn't even thinking of anything on that level. You know, it just shows the experience level where it's like it's almost easy for him to kind of come up with certain things. You know, where here I'm, you know, might be struggling with thinking of something, and it's just like it pops out of him like that. You know, and it just kind of shows that he has that experience, and he's one of the guys, or a guy that, you know, you should place your belief in. I definitely place my belief in him. I feel like he has that belief in me too. Otherwise, I wouldn't be, you know, back in NXT. I wouldn't be wrestling in Halloween Havoc. So it's important for me to kind of not let him down in a sense, you know what I mean? Because I feel like he's given me a second opportunity, essentially, to kind of, you know, change the trajectory of my career. It's an honor to work under Shawn Michaels. I mean, I feel like anybody who gets to work under him shouldn't take advantage of that. They should take advantage of every opportunity. You know, here's a guy who's kind of putting himself out there to making himself available for us. You know, hey, you know, go talk to him, get his number or whatever it is. Ask him questions, any kind of question that you have with wrestling. You got Shawn Michaels right there.
Yeah. Were you a Shawn Michaels fan growing up?
Growing up, I was, yeah. So my favorite of all time, Kurt Angle, you know, so him and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, I mean, fantastic. But I feel like Shawn Michaels, especially when I was a younger kid, easily one of my favorite. You know, when you tune up that band and get, you know, ready for that sweet shit music, man, it was like, this is something, even at that level at school, me and my friends were all doing, you know, trying to emulate him, you know. So he's easily one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. So it's great that now on the other side of that, I'm working, because as a kid, you never think about these moments that they'd actually happen and say, yeah, I want to be a WWE superstar, but you never really envision yourself working with somebody that you watched growing up as a kid. So now to be in that situation, it's almost surreal to be able to talk to somebody and get advice or get ideas from someone that that a lot of kids idolize, you know, even whether you watch wrestling or not, you know who Shawn Michaels is, you know. So, and again, it's an honor to be able to work. I've got to work with a lot of the greats in this business. And again, here's another one that I have the opportunity to work with. So I take full pride in that. I take full advantage of that. Yeah. And like I said, I just don't want to, I refuse to let him down because he's given me this opportunity.
That's great. That's great. You mentioned Kurt Angle as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Favorite of all time. You know, Kurt was, man, just a different type of beast, right? Different type of animal. Yeah. I mean, I could talk about him all day.
I've got one other Halloween Havoc question to ask.
Absolutely.
And we went through, you know, the list. This is Halloween, and last week, recently on SmackDown, Bray Wyatt made his comeback.
Mm-hmm.
That alter ego of his in the past, the Fiend.
Yeah.
This, to me, would be an incredible opportunity, Halloween Havoc.
Yep.
That mentality, that body to morph back into Bray Wyatt. What if he shows up during your match? How would you handle that? If that would happen. This is just an idea I came up with.
And that's the crazy thing, is like, it's a possibility, right? Because in wrestling, you got to expect the unexpected, right? Or in WWE, you know, I mean, how do you react to that? You know, is he here for me? Is he here for Grayson? Like, you know, what do you do in that situation? I think it's one of those ones where, like we talked about preparation earlier, you know, I don't even think you can mentally prepare for that. You know what I mean? Because it's such a different type of human being that you're dealing with.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or you know, presence or whatever you want to call it that you're dealing with. You know, how do you prepare for something like that? I think it's one of those things that I'd have to kind of figure out in the moment if it were to happen.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
The main event, Bron Breakker, of course, defending the NXT Championship. Who do you pick and why?
For that one, man, I have to say Bron Breakker's retaining that, man. This guy is like you said, one of the most intense individuals I've met, even just standing there, just very intense, very passionate, hungry, young, just powerful. I saw one of his clips that they played like a couple of months back. I think it was before I had come back to NXT, and he, you know, showed him running the ball in some high school football tape, and he's just, you know, zooming down the field, man. Here's a dude who's willing to learn and wants to bring out the best in himself. You know, I got to go with Bron, you know, easily, because I think he just has that. I think what's going to give him the edge, minus his strength and all that, is, and not that the other guys aren't passionate, but I think that his mentality, I think, is going to give him that edge against those other two guys. You know, I personally feel like he has more to lose than the other two do, and I don't think he's willing to lose that.
All right, and the main event, hopefully for you in the future, Apollo Crews versus Bron Breakker. What happens?
Man, you already know. First we go out there, we kill it. We go out there and we steal the show. But I'm gonna have to give myself the victory in that one. And yeah, and that's just I'll leave that at that.
I have noticed that Grayson Waller is watching this. Could you lean into the camera and tell him what you're going to do to him at Halloween Havoc?
Grayson, I hope that you're watching. I really do hope that you're watching. Halloween Havoc, spin the wheel, make the deal. You don't understand what I've been through. You don't understand what this means to me, but you will find out. And all the talk, the time for talk is over. The time for talk is done. You can't talk your way out of this situation, man. You can't. The thing is, I'm going to hurt you. That's just what it is. No matter what the match is, my main objective is to hurt you. So I hope you're ready. I really do. Be prepared, man.
All right. Bill Apter for the After Chat here on Sportskeeda. Apollo Crews, good luck on at Halloween Havoc, and the world will be watching.
Absolutely, but I appreciate, again, happy early birthday as well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
it. I hope you enjoy the show. All right.
All right. I'm sure I will, and we will have our reporters covering it, and I know you will do the best you can. Bill Apter,
Absolutely.
Apollo Crews, will see you at Halloween Havoc.